Today, we have a really interesting Sonic.exe analog horror to dive into. Now, Sonic.exe has been around the internet for like over a decade now. They've made games, creepypastas, all kinds of really cool stuff out of it. It's one of the longest running horror themes that has been circulating on the internet for a long time. But here's the thing about this Sonic.exe analog horror. This one doesn't just recall the events exactly as they were. This one expands upon it a bit and gives us a bit more insight of what may have actually went down during these events. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this one. This analog horror series is called Sonic.exe. So we start the video off with Tails getting a message from Sonic telling him to come meet up with him somewhere. But as Tails makes his way through the forest, he starts to find dead animals all over the place. Yeah, the cheerful, friendly Sonic world is instantly turned into something way more dark. This analog horror wastes no time. Finally, Tails runs into Sonic, but this isn't the same Sonic he's used to. This one is more sinister, weird, uncanny. And he asks Tails if he wants to play hide and seek. Now let's be real, if anyone talked to me with a voice like that, I am leaving, no hesitation. But nonetheless, Tails plays along regardless. He plays hide and seek with Sonic, and unfortunately for Tails, he's just not fast enough to outrun Sonic, so he loses. And not just the game either. He loses his life. Fortunately for Knuckles though, Sonic's way too fast for him as well. He quickly saps his energy and kind of leaves him motionless to his mercy. Finally, we have Eggman. And let's be honest here, this is just some regular dude. No speed, no power, no gadgets. This is just some regular dude trying to get away from a literal monster. He clearly stood no chance to begin with. After the bloodbath, Sonic turns to the viewer, the player, whichever one, and he basically says, although the games were brief, he did enjoy murdering them. Right after that, he drops his most infamous line from the Sonic.exe series.
I am God.
Now that basically sums up the original Sonic.exe. That's basically a direct retelling of what it originally was like, just, I guess, created in a different art style. I will say though, things do begin to switch up a little bit in episode 2, so we're gonna go ahead and delve into that. Now we're following Amy. She sets out to find Sonic, who she just wants to spend some time with, apparently. But the Sonic she finds, unfortunately, is not the Sonic she remembers. This is Sonic.exe. He gives her a task to complete, and what's her reward for completing that task, you ask? Death, and not a quick one either. Sonic literally gouges out her eyes before finishing her off. Next we cut to Cream and her mother, Vanilla. Now, Vanilla makes the very stupid decision to go out in the middle of the night to go look for carrots, I suppose, and leave her little, like, first grade child alone. Not to mention, like, you're a rabbit. Even if Sonic wasn't out there, I'm sure there's plenty of other animals that would have loved to have hunted you down. But obviously, she encounters Sonic.exe out there, and because of that, she doesn't make it back home to poor Cream. Now, I don't know how she did this here, but apparently she sent a letter back to Cream to inform her that if she doesn't make it back, Sonic has killed her, and for her to burn down the house. If she's dead, I don't know how she sent that, but okay. Nonetheless, Sonic does show up, coming to take Cream's life next, and she's not going out without a fight, apparently. So she does burn down the house, hoping to take Sonic with her, and she does. Believe it or not. You'd think it would take a lot more to take him out, but apparently no, just a house fire would do it. After this Sonic.exe burns to death and basically dies, their souls seem to find peace and they can finally move on to the next life. Unfortunately though, we're not done here yet, because Sonic, his soul is still being controlled by some evil spirit. You have to go actually find the source of the issue and fix it before we can find an end to all of this. With that being said, there's only really one person left in the story, that is Sally. Now, the last episode follows Sally in her bedroom as Sonic appears in her room, simply asking her to save him. Sally immediately gets ready to go find Sonic and save him somehow. She doesn't know how, but she gets right to it. And she runs into this, like, random museum, I guess? And in this museum, she meets a very suspicious man. Nothing could go wrong here. He explains the events that led up to where we currently are and everything that transpired. And basically he urges her to stay there for the night as she's readily trying to set out to go find Sonic. He does manage to convince her to spend the night though, because there's somewhere for her to sleep upstairs, but this is where we find out who that actually is. By the morning, she manages to find out who he is as well though. She walks into one of the display rooms and she finds all of their heads propped up on walls, all of her friends, and she immediately knows who the real threat is. Now this is a relatively quick battle here. Basically the spirit, whoever it is, he immediately goes to attack her, to take her out to make sure she can't finish the job. He lands some pretty good hits on her, but she's not giving up just yet. She loads her cannon up and she shoots him, dead in the chest. And I guess that's all it took to get rid of him. So I guess it's over now. I guess that's the end of the story. The spirit of this evil being comes out and it says she may have won, she may have beaten him, but she still failed to save Sonic. So did she really win in the end? She won, but at what cost? That was a pretty quick and interesting rendition of Sonic.exe. It was relatively cool. I love that they tried to implement their own little creative ideas to make the story a bit more unique and give us a little bit more in-depth of the things that may have tried to happen. I feel like it definitely swayed off a little bit on that second episode, and I certainly don't think Sonic.exe is being taken out by a house fire. It's just not happening. He's way too powerful for that. But hey, I give you an A for effort in terms of creativity. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really interesting. It can use some polishing, all right, but that's fine. Everyone's got to start somewhere. But yeah, this has been Sonic.exe analog horror, and if you guys have any other suggestions of any other analog horrors or AUs or anything of the sort that you guys want me to make a video out of, please let me know. Comment section, you know the deal. Alright, you guys have a great day. Peace.